comfort foods for the winter season may taste good, but aren't always easy on the stomach.
That's right, and that's why Chef Gerard Viverito, a classically trained chef and culinary educator, is here to share some healthy swaps and cold weather comfort foods. Welcome, Chef.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Chef, winter comfort foods are usually warm, rich, heavy, and often nostalgic food. So how can we make them better for us?
All right, you are dead on correct. They're mentally comforting, but not always digestive comfortably. So I think we just came off of the pie, cookie, carb heavy season. It's still, post holiday, but still winter. So I like heavier foods in this time of year. So I always think a little bit of fiber added to a chef's fiber added to foods helps. So I created this nice, warm, soothing winter meal. So what I have here is some butternut squash that was roasted off with some garlic and some shallots. I like to do it in the oven, but I'm going to show you a real quick, easy stovetop hack. We could take a pan and we're going to brown off some butternut squash. To that pan, I generally like to add some shallots because it's got some nice Asian notes to it, some garlic, and then some ginger. Most people don't know when they use ginger. You buy the root in the grocery store. It just peels really easily with a spoon. No peeler needed, and you get a better yield. A microplane, perhaps. Save your fingertip. We're just going to grate this, make it nice and small so it's digestible. Tap it in there. And we're going to let this brown off for a little bit. Depending on the heat level of your stove, depends on how fast it's going to brown. But like I said, you could also do it like I did in an oven. Then we're going to take our blender and we're going to add this all to the blender. Now, these foods are high in flavor. They're high in nutrients. They're deep in color. So we get all these carotenoids and flavor. Put this off to the side. And then I like to use a little vegetable broth. If you want to use chicken, that's great. But now in the day and age of plant-forward food, we're going to add a little bit of our vegetable stock to our dish. I like to use some lemongrass, super aromatic. If no one's familiar with it, it's a reed that grows up. A little bit of curry powder. Some other functional ingredients I like to touch of sweetness. So instead of using refined sugar, I'm going to use just a little squirt of agave in there. And then we have some coconut milk, because I like the nice rich body it provides without using cream. And then we would just, actually, before I do that, I'm going to add fiber. So we're in this big, I call it the other pandemic, dietary pandemic. We're in this fiber deficit. So with this fiber, I add 1 scoop per person, and it's just guar plant-based fiber. It's tasteless. It's odorless. I'm a chef. I'm very sensitive to taste and aromas. I'm going to blend that off. Once it's smooth, you can go to your desired smoothness. We have some nice color in there from the roasted vegetables. We would transfer this to a bowl, like you can see in the beauty shot in the forward.
It looks amazing. And Chef, what about some other ingredients and techniques that can help us build better meals all year long?
I like to go with nutrient-rich oils. For example, coconut, avocado, possibly palm. Like I said, if you're going to use a sweetener, something not refined, something like an agave. Up here in New York, we have so much maple syrup. A touch of maple adds some nice aroma, and it's not refined, and it's organic. It's coming right out of our local trees. Nutrient-dense spices. A lot of people have heard of curcumin these days, or turmeric, cumin. All these things to help supercharge your foods. I call it functional cooking, adding nutritional ingredients to get helpful benefits and some extra flavor punches. Maybe natural reductions of stocks or something. If you're going to make even a dressing, in the past, I've done vegetarian dressings where I could take vegetable stock and reduce it down and super concentrate it. And then I can back off on some of the fats in my dressings and add it extra seasonings.
And of course, you cannot tell anyone that these are healthy.
Oh, 100%. I was just thinking, my daughter Lily, I'm going to say this is filled with sugar. It's delicious. Carb City, enjoy. And we'll see what she thinks.
You have to do it that way.
I'm totally going to do it that way.
Me too.
I can promise you, your family can't tell the difference. If my palate, after 30 plus years of cooking professionally, it can be snuck in me, I feel pretty safe, offering up this advice.
Chef, that looks so yummy.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
All right. Have a great day.
After the break, we chat about a very important topic, especially for our New York renters: your rights as a tenant.